Welcome to another Straight Up Tuesday tip. I'm 𝗤𝗏𝗀𝗃. With me as always is Mark Ainley. Mark, let's talk about 2026.
I cannot believe 2026 is here already, but I am excited because I think we have such a great situation going into 2026. Despite everyone talking about uncertainty, I think things are pretty certain around here, kind of where things stand.
Yeah, so we'll do a full episode and we'll have a guest or two on to talk about their outlook. But you and I were just bantering, like, let's get on the mic and just talk about this a little bit. And I think we kind of come from the same mindset of, I don't really care. You can say all you want about what 2026 and housing's going to do this and interest rates are going to be this. At the end of the day, like it's like a very small part of the equation, I feel.
Well, yeah, because so right now, the whole hook point on YouTube or Instagram, they're always trying to reel you into these dramatic predictions, and it's like, and most of the time those thumbnails don't even make sense for what the actual content is. But so I've really gone away from it. But at the end of the day, what those people know on YouTube is probably far less than what I know, because this is a very backyard Chicago, street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood, suburb by suburb operation that both you and me are running here. And to know what we know here is far greater than what most other people know.
Yeah. So if someone calls you up tomorrow and be like, I don't know, I might be buying this. What do you think is going to happen next year? Well, how are you responding?
Well, so I think right now, yes, buy it first off. So I'll answer that question. But the inventory is still very tight here. I pulled up I think it was, I forgot what suburb it was today, but it was a larger suburb. There's only 39 single family homes on the market in the entire city. And it's like, I remember back in 2013 or whatever, like there was like 100, it was like 4 or 5 times as many single family homes. So inventory is a problem that's not going away anytime soon, which is only going to push up the values, and it's also going to push up the rents as well.
Yep. Is there anything you do look for and you do take note of and say, okay, I need to account for this?
Well, I think if you're in Cook County, you have to account for the unknown 20% hike of taxes, especially if you're out there in the western townships that are going to get assessed in 2026. So that is something to look out for. But other than that, I think, just, on an individual basis in the suburbs, understanding the rental license or understanding, really what's going to have to happen on the maintenance side of a building. No, nothing out of the ordinary, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. Like, I just don't care what interest rates are going to do. Like, yes, this affects, but like getting a deal, putting it together, having the appropriate spread there, if it's a flip or if it's a multifamily, thinking about it in a 5 or 10 or 15, 20-year period, what interest rates are going to be in June is kind of a very minimal. I don't care. I don't need to read the 𝗖𝗃𝗲𝗀𝗃 paragraph, post every day to say, oh, this is going to affect my buying decision.
No matter what, they're low.
Yeah.
I mean, when I got into this game in early 2000s, they were just a tad bit higher than they are right now. And everyone thought that was low back then. Mostly because you had the couple generations before. They always talk about the damn 18%. And, you don't know how good you got a kid type stuff. But this is still very low. And the fact that we saw 2.5 or 3% is so far-fetched. Like no one will ever believe that 40 years from now, that was actually a market that happened. So right now, we've talked about this on the show before, your interest rate, which is locked for the most part, if you're getting a 30-year paper, it's locked. It's no different. If anything, that's more predictable than your taxes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We're acting like old grumpy men here. Just talking about this doesn't matter. But I don't know. It's a message I feel we should share.
Well, I think there's a couple things there. So for me, my goal is just to buy more. I think the last couple of years I've gotten sidetracked by focusing on property management and really drilling in that, which has been done good. That's 𝗖𝗃 is doing great because of that focus. But now I think I have the message that I always put out there is you can never buy enough, and kind of continuing to do deals and all that. And that's what I've been doing on the side. So that's just my focus. Buy more industrial, buy more Class A single family homes. You have a niche that you've figured out for the last few years. And until that niche doesn't work anymore, there's no reason for you to do anything but pay attention to the details around the specific risks you might have in your niche and just keep plowing forward.
Yeah, I agree. And I think everyone, again, maybe not the right mindset for everyone, but find out what you want to do and just go tackle it, right? All these outside factors are not going to be the make or break you.
Well, yes, because I think the difference in for people listening here, yes, we're a little more established. We have a little more niche of understand what we want to do. And if you don't, that just means do something.
Yeah.
2026 has to mean do something or do a handful of somethings.
Yeah. How many times the past 4 years, since rates originally ticked up, whenever that was, 22, 23, we've been hearing, oh, there's going to be blood in the streets. There's going to be blood in the streets. There's going to be blood in the streets. Maybe in the Sun Belt, maybe I don't pay anywhere attention. I don't go west of Cumberland, so I have no idea what's going on out there. But in our little neck of the woods, like it's been slow and steady, and it's going to continue to be slow and steady. And I just don't see this like massive like, oh, we're gonna have all this opportunity here, no matter what you're seeing on YouTube.
Bringing it back to inventory from what we just talked about in the beginning, the rest of the country had such a huge buildup. Sunbelt, California, even California, like you could put like 8 ADUs on a property. So there's areas of California that don't have issue with that. And now the price is crazy, which is a different thing that might offset that problem. But down in the Sunbelt, they built way too much. I mean, I think I've referenced this on here before, but I did a presentation a few months ago. Houston had 60,000 new construction permits last year, 55 the year before, 53 the year before that. All the way down, if you could look at like a chart, it's like a slope up from 2010 where they had 10,000. Chicago has had 10,000 straight across the board.
Yeah. Also, a note to anyone in the city, if they want to make housing affordable, let us build, because you see what's happening to rents in those markets. Rents are going down because supply is going to catch up to demand.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen here.
Yeah. So in the foreseeable future here, and you'll call it the next 5-6 years, that problem's not getting solved. And here's the thing, even if they want to go build 40,000 new construction homes in the outskirts of the suburbs, that still ends up being a 5 or 6 year type leeway between let's do this, we found a piece of land, and somebody moves in. So the time frame right now is just good demand. And here's the other thing, in the city right now, the last few years there's been a slowdown on new permits for apartment buildings, which for a while there, South Loop, West Loop, they're bringing on 3,000-4,000 apartments a year. And now for the next couple of years, there's very few coming on, with a couple projects that are set to like come on board like 2028. So in these next couple of years, if you have a condo in the South Loop or Opportunity, your competition's way down.
Yeah, man. So just understand your numbers, get the confidence so you can pull the trigger, and pull the trigger. Avoid the outside noise.
Again, we've talked about this before of if you're listening to this right now, more than likely you are interested in investing in real estate. And it's time between declaring that you're interested in real estate and actually doing something is the difference between how successful this next year will be for you or not.
Yep. All right, let's wrap here. Chicago Fact. Who are we playing for? Who's sponsoring?
All right, so we're playing for Greg. I'm going to butcher your last name, 𝗏𝗂𝗃𝗃. So Greg 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, we are, if I get this question right, you get $50 gift card brought to you by today's sponsor, Renovo Financial, the Workman Team.
All right. I was watching the DePaul basketball game yesterday. It's my dad's alma mater. And I don't know if you know this, so we'll see. They're the Blue Demons, obviously. The actual name of their Blue Demon mascot is, and your options are Dibs, Demi, Paulie, or Drake. What is the name of the DePaul Blue Demon mascot? Dibs, Demi, Paulie, or Drake?
Demi is my gut going for that one.
No, it's Dibs.
Oh, that was like the...
Dibs, and it's an acronym for Demon in a Blue Suit.
All right. I knew it. I would have went for that, but it seemed too modern. I got dibs on that. Damn, that's 2 questions I think I got wrong.
We got to get you back on track here.
All right, Greg, sorry. Your name will go back in the hat for future Chicago Facts, where you can win a $50 gift card. Today's sponsor, thank you very much, Renovo Financial, the Workman Team. You've been a great supporter for the podcast. Tom, thank you. Listeners, we will see you on Thursday.
Thanks all.